think COVID is like um honestly, I think the way it's been sold to us is definitely bollocks. Like there's so much more you can do about it. People are so disempowered. You think you just get ill and then just have to get the jab as if you can't like get your health up or anything. There's so many alternative ways of healing. They just yeah, everyone at that fucking job of I'm dizzy. I didn't get my COVID jab, then everyone just thought I was a cunt. Everyone's that's what I don't get. Like, oh look, we're all allowed to have our opinions, but if I don't want the jab, just don't call me selfish, innit? That's fucking retarded. You didn't call me that, Dan, but fucking Bear Man were calling me selfish for not getting a jab. Even my fucking dad was still calling me selfish for not. Like, bro, what do you mean, man? How am I fucking selfish because I don't want a fucking vaccine? Like, I don't even need to explain it. That's the thing. Just if you don't get it, then you just. If you don't get it, you're thick. That's what I was trying to say. Not true. It was your opinion regarding saying healthy people won't feel ill. Nah, Dan, because this is the thing. You say what am I gonna do if I fucking get cancer? If I preach about all this healthy shit? I'm not telling you that I embody literally everything. It was your opinion regarding saying healthy people won't feel ill, and then when you were healthy, you got COVID and felt ill. I felt mildly ill. Fuck all happened. I never got the jab. Um, because I believe I'm strong, and I mean maybe I'm fucking not. Fuck knows. I don't think I'm gonna lose to COVID. I don't know. But it's not that, bro. It's that you can. Immunity is more protection than a jab. They did actually prove that. I'm pretty sure, pretty recently. Um, What's your health lifestyle? I'm pretty healthy. I I've been eating like large portions of fruit every day now for over a year. I've cut out a lot of processed bullshit. I don't ever drink soda, no sweets, no bollocks. I still have like chocolate and fucking sometimes a bit of ice cream, but that's only when I'm slacking. But yeah, I don't understand why people don't understand the fucking function of the immune system. It's like But you got to understand the paradigm that you're perceiving all of this is built upon your shit diet. So the way you're perceiving it might just be like strange looped and fucked from the bottom up. And you understand there's potential in my teaching of you can take responsibility of yourself without having to rely on a government feeding you vaccines and shit. You can take responsibility of your own health and your body, and it's empowering and it's a good and but then your paradigm doesn't leave any room for that. You say no, you can't, but it's not that. It's that the government never propose health at all. They just say, like, I think they did say, like, get a bit healthier at the beginning, but they actually do. You get discounts if you get the fucking jab from fast food, and that did happen. You got like 10. I'm pretty fucking certain that happened. You got like 10% off of like Domino's delivery and shit. And I'm like, it's fucking backwards. Imagine listening to the government thinking they want the best for people. That's what I was going to say. And people at that job as well, of that I'm dizzy, I was talking to, a lot of them, man, think the government want the best for you. And I was reflecting on that a lot. It's like, it actually baffles me. Like, who fucking told you that they want the best for you? Like, do you really think these men are like out here trying to make the best moves for all the people? Like, I don't know, bro. Really? What makes you think that? As if greed couldn't like corrupt it. See, Dan's gone now. I think he didn't want to have his paradigm shattered. Sorry, Dan. Oh, he's still here. The government obviously weren't the best, but it's a challenge, of course. How would you have done it? I wouldn't have locked down the country, bro, and I wouldn't have took all our freedom away. I wouldn't have threatened mandatory fucking vaccinations. I would have promoted health. I would have promoted alternative healing, such as ice therapy, breath work, and meditation. I would have put nature and healthier things at the center of the way that we operate, because the way that we go about things now, the situations that you get into in some of these bottom end jobs are so fucking unhealthy. I would distribute wealth from the wealthiest more to the people. Look, I'm not trying to fucking devise a whole fucking plan, but what would I do is I wouldn't take the freedom away from the people. um how would I have dealt with COVID? There wouldn't be a COVID because I'm not the vaccines did help though, statistically speaking. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm not going to be like a fucking ideological dickhead. I understand the vaccines work, right? And sure, but it's more of like some lockdown were bullshit for sure. Yeah. Kebabs for jabs. They want the people to be healthy, lol. Yeah, innit? I know what you mean. Yeah, but where are you getting your stats from? It's the government's incentive to make you fat. Stay in your wage slave job. Well, look, I don't know if it's a massive conspiracy. What I just said is that, look, I understand the vaccinations did help, of course, a lot of like older, not so healthy people. But it's more of like the way they done it, I think, is just like pretty backwards. We don't have any idea of what's deemed sacred. We don't have any intuition of health anymore. All of our food is products rather than like nothing's organic, and you wonder why we're getting sick. It's because there's plastic in our fucking blood. Our tap water is full of chlorine and fluoride. It's obvious. All of our fucking hair products and skincare products, it's all full of shit. And I'm not. I am full of shit. I understand, but we're all full of shit. But what I'm saying is, if you really research and if you question the paradigm that you've been prescribed, because I've been realizing recently that until you actually question something, you just basically accept it. You realize we don't really know nearly as much as we think we do about a lot of it, and it's not just me who's speaking like this. It's fucking massive, and the way that it's picking up recently is very mad. The water is turning the freaking frogs gay. I was looking into that. That's the same thing I was saying about the soya milk making making the men feminine. They actually didn't. Look up the leaked documents from Pfizer reports. 70 something percent of transmissions were jabbed. They had to record it legally, but didn't. Yeah, this is the thing. Everyone who got the jab still got ill, like way worse than I did. But it confuses me, yeah, because Bear Man, like, they call me selfish because because I don't get the jab, but they're not and then I say, well, you're selfish for being unhealthy, because your inability to withstand it with your immune system is making it more transmittable. So what about that, you cunt? But I don't actually believe that that's selfish. I'm just using the same logic. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the vaccines kind of work, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna disregard fucking the whole thing of vaccines, innit? Like, vaccines do work, but when you look into it, the jabs were not actual vaccine. Measles, chickenpox, they all work, but the COVID jabs are completely different. They work, but when you look into the COVID jabs were not actual vaccines. They all work, but the COVID jabs are different. No conspiracy nonsense, just facts. No, they don't, but that's what they were saying at the time on the news. Ah, yeah, okay. Accidentally swapped the vaccine with the garlic mayonnaise from the kebab shop. They literally said the vaccine stopped transmissions, which is bollocks. mRNA. What is that? Yeah, look, I'm open to it. It's just that I think the way that the Western paradigm goes about this, I think we are actually very asleep. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a fuck off conspiracy or whatever. It's just we are like have become so disempowered with our bodies. We don't know how to use our fucking bodies. We don't know fuck all about what's going on in here. Um, and this is why a lot of the awakenings come from like if you learn how to use your body, that's where a lot of the spiritual shit comes from. And that's what the meditation and the breath work and the yoga, these things induce awakenings. And like you might think it's crazy, but the West is like just a mass of people who've just prescribed to the same idea. And then there are these other people who have got other methods and different paradigms and different assumptions or whatever the fuck about or different traditions or whatever, and they've got these other shit, and it's just like a whole different world. So when you see the other cultures and you understand how much mind plays into the way they live, and it's just like, bro, life is so much deeper than you think. So if you're just going to take the average prescribed Western paradigm, then do you really think that's going to be like, you know what I mean? There's obviously shit out here. Like, why the fuck do you even exist? Imagine a healthy breathing system. Imagine getting forced to have an injection against your will. If you don't comply, you can't get into shops, public transports, and so on. It's ridiculous. Yeah, because they didn't make it clear. I would make it very fucking clear from the get-go. And if I was in control, because Daniel was asking what would I do, I would talk like this. I wouldn't talk like them fucking bots. I would let you know, look, no mandatory bollocks. We're going to try to get through this. Everyone, eat real food. If they didn't feed us poison, I wouldn't be so fucking angry. My sister had both jabs and a booster. I've bullied her ever since. That's funny as fuck. That's funny. Yeah, I can't, but I do think it's stupid. There's a difference being forced and rules. There's a choice. Yeah, I understand. Look, they didn't actually enforce it in the end, but I got very people were not happy with my choice at all because that's what was enforced in the media is that you need the jab because otherwise you're selfish. But they didn't. I think it's bollocks. I think it's bollocks. I don't think there should be no government like that can tell you can't leave your house. That's the thing, mate. And I don't know. I don't care what no one says. Who has the power over to me to tell me to stay in my house? I understand I'm a citizen of the UK, and I say if I don't abide by their rules, then I guess I can get fucked. So I guess I should just shut the fuck up. But it's more of just like you realise that you're really not in control. You're not sovereign. You don't own fuck all. The government own you, and they can literally tell you to stay in your house. You're grounded. That's what I'm saying. I can't get told that and not go, what? It's like an instinct. Because I'm a creature on a planet, and it's what Russell Brand was saying. It's like, we can overthrow these people. We like, why are we all under the illusion that they're like unstoppable? If people agree to take in a vaccine, what would people be willing to take from the government in the future? Yeah, well, most people are like very dependent on the system, and like everything's for the most part okay, and they're not really trying to become God or anything. So they'll just like get fed it and just be like a consumer because it's easy, because you get a prescribed reality. That's what the government want you to do so that you can get enrolled in their fucking tax farm, and then you can have your comfort basically in your mediocre life. And threatening to fire people and ban people from all sorts of areas is not a choice. And it, bro, even Dan, our boss at work, bro, was literally fucking telling me that I was gonna get sacked. He is such an NPC, fam. That fucking, I can't even lie. He's that's what blows my mind, bro. These people look at me like I'm the madman. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking dumb? Have you seen the fucking health secretary for the UK? That fat bitch. She just got elected with Liz Truss. Yeah, Liz Truss. Let's all go fucking meet the Queen and bow at her grave and go meet. Oh. There isn't a choice when people are getting fired, socials deleted for standing up against control, schools fasting masks on 5-year-olds. Yeah, fuck the mask. I know the mask is just dumb and you can just whip. Fuck it, man. Fuck them. No one can tell me to wear a mask. And like, I used to not wear a mask on purpose at our job with Dad, and everyone used to go mask, didn't they? Even you used to do it, Dad. I used to walk out in the shop without a mask on purpose, and everyone from the office, because they're all NPCs, would go mask, mask, wear your mask. And I've only had, yeah, but that's the thing. Oi, that G block, I've only had jabs so I can get in clubs and venues. Oi, I'll catch up with you. I'm sorry I'm taking long. I was gonna do that because I didn't want to lose my job, which makes me feel so. How was I under the illusion that I was gonna get a jab to keep my fucking wage slave job for fucking like £7 an hour? That's how much has changed for me in the past year. I am not who I used to be. And that's thanks for the psychedelics, and that's why I still pursue them, because I would not have awoken if it wasn't for those. I literally have a COVID pass on the app without ever having a jack. Had to make sure you agreed to take the vaccine, then G block. Who know what? You will agree to the future. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm glad I didn't. You haven't got to be a victim if you did take it. It's like it's not like you can't overcome the limitations that it would potentially put on you if you did get it. You haven't got to be a victim that you have got it if you regret taking it. It's just I'd rather not have it. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? Stop forcing this shit, because you see how my paradigm does not force anything upon you and you are still sovereign to be free, but your paradigm forces me to get injected, and I don't. I have like 200 Vax cards proof, so yeah, man. I do agree it makes life easier, but the keyword agree is a problem when it comes as no choice, and that is the whole point. If there's a no freedom is taken away, then it's fine. No one's arguing that. If there's a choice and no freedom is taken away, yeah. But there were adverts on the TV telling you don't miss out, showing you like videos of nightclubs and that. Oh, don't want to, like, that's not freedom, bro. And the way they push it, it's weird, man. I see the paradigm like it's the way that the news is so fucking like it's so goofy. Everyone's under this barrel, and they vaccinated up my arse because I couldn't do it in the arm. It was ridiculous. It was your attitude, Barrel, not your choices. And you even agreed you made a mistake. Fat woman leading for your health. And if you don't want to be an NPC by working under anyone, then you need to start a business. If you don't want to be an NPC by working under anyone, then you actually need to start a business that'll bring income. Wait, what is it? An NPC is like a non-player character or something, like a bot, robot, unconscious being, synthetic being. And then you were off ill, Baron, with COVID. What's your point, Dan? I'm open-minded to what you're saying. I'm not exactly clear. It was your attitude, not your choices. What do you mean? And you even agreed you made a mistake. What do you mean I made it? What, when I left the job? No, it's not a mistake. Like, that's not, I can't do that wage slave shit. I can't work I'm literally incapable of holding a job. Like, in that fucking shit. It's not, I can't fucking do it. Yeah, I'm not hating, Dan. I know I'm sounding like a dickhead, but I still love you. Tesco security guard kicked me out for not putting a muzzle on. What a complete retard. Plenty of jabbed people have been ill with COVID. I got meal deal from Sainsbury's instead. Like you said, it don't stop you from getting it. But my dad came out as gay last year, and it sent me into a deep depression. Any advice for coping with depression after a parent coming out as gay? I feel like you're taking a piss because you said you got the COVID jab up your ass. Bro, they vaccinated at my ass because I didn't. Because I couldn't do it in the arm. It was ridiculous. Don't be selfish. Get jabbed, Labo. Tell your dad to get some pum pum and stop being a batty man. I was gonna fucking smoke another joint. How much charge have I got? 19. That's alright. Alright, I need to find some kings. Alright, hopefully you mans will well, I don't know. Yeah, come on then, Dan. What's my attitude? I know what you mean. Oi, Dan. In terms of who I used to be, yeah? Like, because when I reflect on my old videos, I understand now how I do understand. I was nowhere near the levels I'm at now in terms of actually knowing what the fuck I'm going on about and being able to articulate myself. It ain't the same. My original video, like that wage slave one that I first made, like, that is fucking awful. I understand that now. Like, I understand. But it took a lot of time because I had to reflect so deeply on my videos as well, especially because that shit, like, having them videos of yourself out there on the internet makes you fucking. That makes you do a lot of self-reflection, but. Yeah, I'm not nearly as, I think I've refined what I believe, if you want to call it that, or however I go about my shit. It's not the same. I'm just saying. So, I feel like these days I'm a lot less easy to get taken down, because I've refined what the fuck I'm actually talking about, because people have challenged it a lot. Haven't they, Loon? People have challenged, and then I've challenged it myself because I've gone, maybe I have lost the plot. And then I've had a lot more, I've like doubled my psychedelic experiences. The amount of shit I've gone through as well since I fucking, I don't know. I've actually been full-blown spiritual crisis non-stop for like as long as I can remember since I started my channel. That has changed the name of the game. I'm going to out. You're such a fucking dickhead. Yeah, this is what I mean. I don't why do we promote the LGBT shit so much? Like I understand you can do what you want, but it's like they almost fucking promote it. You don't just accept it. It's like you're coming out as braver than those to go to war.